week 3, Thursday's workout. We're back to some post-activation potentiation. We're gonna do the opposite upper body, lower body circuit that we did on Tuesday. So on Tuesday we did a push strategy. We're gonna do a pull strategy today on Thursday. So we're just getting the opposite sort of part of the body or angle of the body with the workout today. But we're gonna warm up accordingly as always. So you're gonna need a golf club or a hockey stick or a broomstick or a dowel, PVC pipe, anything of that sort will work, and a dumbbell for the warm up. Okay, so let's get to it. We're gonna start with prone Y's to W's. So you're gonna be on the mat, and as always, anytime we're doing anything prone, you're gonna make sure your forehead stays glued to the mat. So I'm gonna make sure this Carhartt sticker here is stuck to the mat the whole time. That's gonna keep your spine in a nice neutral position. We just don't want you looking up and forward because then you're in this extended position, which is not ideal. Okay, you're gonna grab your broomstick or whatever your overhead handle is, and you're going to be going from a Y to a W behind your neck. So I'll demonstrate here. We're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together to come into a Y position, activate those lower traps, and then we're gonna pull down into a W, and then we're gonna press up overhead into a Y, keeping those arms up. Now, if you need to come down and pause between repetitions, that's fine. If you can keep the endurance up to keep those arms raised the whole time, even better. So here we go. Prone Y to W, Y to W. And we're going to continue our repetitions here. Really trying to keep those shoulders elevated. Nice upper body warm up for the shoulders. We're going for 8 reps there. Then we're going to come into a quadruped position, and we're going to do a hip controlled articular rotation. So we did this with the shoulders on Tuesday to warm up that upper body. We're going to go through the same thing in the hips, where we're trying to access every inch of the capsule of the femoral acetabular joint, the hip joint, through controlled movement. We're going to go nice and slow, so this is real time as I coach this, okay? So you're going to start with the left leg from quadruped. Make sure you're pushing the floor away. You've got that full body contraction, and you're going to keep your toes pointed towards your knees, okay? You're going to drive into hip flexion as much as you can so the knee comes up towards the chest. You're going to come out to the side as far as you can go, and then what I want you to do is raise your heel towards the ceiling. So you can say I get a little external rotation in the hip. I'm going to drive external rotation as I come up into extension, up, 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 keep rotating, keep rotating, keep rotating. Still got that, now it's internal rotation. Driving in back into flexion, still got my ankle out as far as I can go. Stop here, and we're going to reverse ankle out, hit the top, and now we're going to start to unwind that hip. Draw a nice big circle with your knee back into the middle. That's 1 rep. We're going 2 each side. I'll show you again a different angle here for the other hip. Okay, so pressing the floor away, nice and active, getting that core contracted. Toes towards the knees. We're going to draw the biggest circle with the knee that we can, up and out, down and in. I'm significantly tighter on this side. It's been something I've been dealing with over the course of this program. These mobility drills really get me primed for our workout. Okay, so that's real time, 2 reps each side for the hip controlled articular rotations or cars. And then we're going to grab our dumbbell, and we're going to do some good mornings. Okay, so we've done these before. It's a little bit of a hip hinge primer, so we're warming up the back side of the body. Okay, dumbbell can be in 2 positions. You can be right here at the ribs where you're holding it locked in. I like this position. It keeps the ribs down, abs crunch, nice for the shoulders. The other option is to go back rack. Okay, so you can put that dumbbell behind your head and keep those elbows nice and tight to the sides. I'm going to go right here because it challenges that center of gravity a little bit more. Okay, and hips a little bit wider than shoulder width. You're going to keep the knees nice and straight, and you're going to push that butt back like you're shutting a car door with your bum. You got a handful of groceries, you got to shut that car door, come to that tabletop position, pull the hips up and through, keeping that dumbbell locked into the rib cage. Okay, so we don't want to get out in front or up above. Keep that dumbbell locked in nice and tight, ribs down, abs crunched. Fold forward, nice tabletop position. Drive up through the hips, and again from a different angle here. Okay, down, hips come back, 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 back. Keep your toes on the floor. Drive up through the hips. 12 reps, of Dumbbell Good Mornings, and we'll be ready for our workout. All right, so here we are with the workout for Thursday. Some more post-activation potentiation work, PAP work. This is an excellent strategy for getting recruitment through all our muscle fiber types. It's really a good way to target both endurance and slow twitch fibers, but also getting that fast twitch involved. And it's an excellent training strategy to get the most out of the weights and the movements that you have at home. So, as always, the first 40 seconds we want to go as heavy as possible. So I want you to have your basket loaded up with weight, your basket, your backpack, your laundry bin, whatever you can. Put as much weight in that as you can find in the home. Okay, you want this to be very, very heavy. I'm going to use a 53-pound kettlebell, which is, if I'm going to do this workout on Thursday, I'm going to use a heavier dumbbell here at the gym because I have access to it. The emphasis is that it should be as heavy as you can get. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to get into our deadlift position. So we want to remember a deadlift is always a hip hinge first. Okay, and then we drop down through the knees for the rest of the movement. Keeping the chest up nice and proud. I want you to be able to read that logo on my shirt. So keeping my chest upright and my chin tucked, okay? So I don't want to be extending my neck. I want to have my nice spinal alignment. From here, I'm going to push through the heels, okay? And hips come forward. That's the deadlift. And lower the same way. So hip hinge first. Now I come down through my knees, keeping my chin tucked and my chest up, and I'm going to deadlift. So we're going to go 40 seconds of deadlift repetitions, as heavy as we can get with the weight that we have at home. Okay? As soon as that 40 seconds is done, we're going to toss that big weight or set it down in a nice active controlled manner. Okay? You're going to stand your lighter dumbbell. Any dumbbell will work. Whatever dumbbell you have access to, you don't want to go too heavy with this because this is our fast explosive movement. Okay? So we did our heavy slow. Now we're going to get fast explosive for 20 seconds. We have a really quick switch over time. It's a 10-second switch, okay? And you're going to grab your dumbbell and we're going to swing, okay? So we're going to do a swing. Now, with a swing, the best way to start this is to hike the dumbbell, or hike your dumbbell back like it's a football, okay? So if we start forward and we just actively try and swing, we cause some rounding in our back. But if we step back from our dumbbell, we can reach forward in a nice tabletop position. We can hike that weight back, and now we're starting our swing, okay? And from here, the arms do nothing. So I'm not lifting the dumbbell with each rep. The dumbbell is dead weight. It never has to come above the chest. And all of this is a snap in the hips. So tabletop squeeze, and you're pumping through the hips for 20 seconds. You want to get as many reps in, 20 seconds as you can, and we always stop in an active position, so the stop will look like a swing and out in front. Okay, dumbbell gets set down nice and slow. Then we got a 10-second switch, and we're doing our endurance work now. So this is going to be where our inchworm comes into play. So the inchworm here for 1 minute, consistent, slow repetitions. You're going to hinge forward. So again, just like that Dumbbell Good Morning we did in our warm-up. You're going to hinge forward, get to the floor, walk yourself out, and I want you to walk your arms in front of you as far as you can go. Okay, so we're challenging that posterior tension, and then we're going to walk ourselves back up. Knees stay nice and straight and up into a tall position. No pause between repetitions. I want you just to keep going. So it's a nice, slow endurance work, challenging the tension in that posterior chain. Now we're going to push ourselves back up, and we're going to do 1 minute of repetitions there. We'll take our break, and we're going to come back with sets 2 and 3, and then we're going to go to our upper body circuit. Okay? So our upper body circuit here, we're going to, again, go with as heavy a weight as we can get our hands on. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult because you're going to need a handle, so you're going to just need to use whatever dumbbell you have access to, preferably as heavy as possible. And we're going to do bear crawl single arm rows. Okay, so for 40 seconds, we're going to get into that bear crawl position. So we've been here before several times. On our knees, hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. We're going to tuck our toes, lift our knees just a few inches off the mat. Okay, I want you to press down actively through this plant hand. You're pressing through, okay? And then you're going to squeeze this dumbbell up to your side, lower and control, switch hands, and you're gonna do your second rep here, and we're gonna go down. 40 seconds here, switching that dumbbell each side. Now, the elbow does not have to go beyond the shoulder, so we don't need to be here. When that elbow hits 90 degrees, we've got everything we need out of that movement. Down, lower, and control. Good challenge for the core. And that posterior chain, we're doing our 40 seconds there, okay? Then we're going to go into a standing dumbbell chop, okay? So with the emphasis being on the backswing, okay? So for 40 seconds, we're gonna chop one side, and then each round we're gonna switch. So we're swinging through, very similar to our kettlebell swings, right? But now we're doing that with two hands on the dumbbell, start at your opposite hip, swing up, chop down, swing up, chop down. And we're gonna go right side, we're gonna switch the next round, we'll go left side, we're pulling and swinging and challenging that core rotation, 20 seconds here. That's our fast work. And then we're gonna finish up with a step back lunge to a curl, okay? So we've done a lot of reverse lunges, okay? But we're going to step back, curl, down and control, step through, okay? And we're gonna go reps on the right side here, step back, curl, step through, okay? And the next round, we'll be going left side, where as you step back, you're gonna curl at the same time. We're really coordinating that cross-body posterior sling for tension and control for 1 minute straight. So this is slow endurance work. And in fact, what we might do there is split that 1 minute between right and left side. You'll see when it comes to the timer, it'll be directive. That's the workout for today. Hopefully you enjoy it. We'll see you on Friday.